You don't need to go viral to win clients with AI, and you don't even need a lot of videos. A study actually looked at over 100 million AI citations, and 41% of the videos that AI quotes actually have under 1,000 views. So it was actually never about being popular, it was about making the right videos in the right way. So in the next few minutes, I'm actually going to show you the exact system that makes AI recommend you when a buyer or seller asks who is the best agent in my area. All right, so here's actually what's happening right now, and it may change the way you think about all the content that you're creating. So previously, people would go to Google and they would search who's the best real estate agent in Austin or find me a real estate agent near me, right? And then they scroll those results. And that is actually still happening, but now 3 to 1, more people are actually going to ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Google's AI and just ask, who do I call? Who are the top agents, right, for someone moving from California? Who can help me get top dollar for my home? Who can help me downsize for the next chapter in my life, right? They are asking very specific questions, and AI actually has the answers to those questions, and it does not guess, okay? It answers based on what it can find about you online, what you have published, what you have said, what you are talking about, what you have taught in your market. So the real question is actually quite simple. When AI gets asked, does it know enough to say about your name? Most agents, that answer is actually no, and they have no idea why that actually is. So here is the number that stopped me, okay? And something that I want all of you to understand. Long form YouTube videos make up 94% of AI citations. Shorts were 5.7, not 57%, 5.7%. So while you may spend hours and hours on your reels and shorts, AI is almost entirely ignoring them. Okay. It actually makes sense because AI doesn't watch your video, it reads the words. And a 10-minute video that you create that has about 3,000 words is a lot more content for AI to have than a 30-second short that doesn't give it actually enough to quote. It's going to get skipped. Okay. So here's the part that takes the pressure off. In that same study, popularity barely mattered. Views, likes, follower count had almost no connection to being cited. All right. What actually mattered was the structure, a title that sounds like a real question, a full written description, and timestamps that break up that video into chapters. That's actually what mattered. That's why you don't need to go viral to make hundreds of videos. You need a small handful that answers the exact questions your buyers and sellers already type in. Okay, so no more hundreds of videos, hundreds of shorts that you're doing, just selective ones that are going to get cited in AI. And what's best about it is if you do it right, it can actually be used and turned into a ton more content that you can use in social for your reels and your shorts. So most agents actually never do this, and that's exactly why there's an opening. Long form is actually harder to do, right? It's so much easier for me to film a 15-second video and tell you this in just a short clip, right? It's like, hey, make long form video over short form video. It gets cited by AI and better, right? That's just easier, all right? And that is actually why a lot of people aren't doing it. So people assume that YouTube can take years and years to do, and it's stopping them from actually doing the long form video, but it doesn't. A few search-based videos answering real questions will keep working for you long after you actually publish. So let me give you a real example, all right? Two agents, two completely different approaches, all right? Now, these are agents that I have worked with, okay? This first agent will do about 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram. Actually, she's doing the videos, it's for her team, and she will occasionally get leads from it. Her admins will actually post it. And it's honestly a lot more than most agents. But she pours in hours and hours on these reels and making sure they're exactly the right way. And she's actually even built an AI avatar to help her keep up and do this in kind of more real time. So she can even do 7 videos a week. Okay. Now let me compare this to Agent B on this other side. They actually post one piece of long form content, okay, per week, and they use that single video everywhere, okay? So she actually makes that video. She makes short clips for that for Instagram that actually will power her entire week because she'll do 3 to 5 short clips. She'll actually turn that long form video into a blog article where she also puts that blog, that YouTube video onto that blog article. And she will use that to send out that video to her database. Okay. So that becomes the nurture for that week. So it's one recording is actually working across all these different channels. All right. Within a few months, Agent B actually started getting appointments where they were going on these appointments and people were like, oh my gosh, I watched all your videos. Or I feel like we already know each other, right? That's actually the power of long form, right? With short form, you never really get to know somebody. And it's nearly impossible to earn trust from that same audience. And it's very unlikely that one person is going to see all of those shorts that you did to form enough trust that it takes for me to work with you. Okay. But one long form video, that's 7 minutes of building trust, right? 7 or 10 minutes of building trust, that goes a super long way. Plus, you can't really do all these different things like a blog article and sending it out to your data, which is just short clip. Okay, you can definitely send that out, but a 15-second clip is just not going to do it. There's not going to be enough for you to create off of that, so it just doesn't take you as far. Okay, so I'll even say this: even if you are looking to do long form, there is this trap. Okay. Let's say you're already doing long form, but you're not seeing anything come out of it. It's usually because by default, YouTube will actually block AI from getting your content. So you could be posting great videos for months and months and months, and AI still can't find them. Okay. That's because there is just a setting, not because your content is bad, but there's a setting that you haven't set up. And the fix is actually really, really simple. Okay. You're going to go into your YouTube studio. You're going to go into settings. You're going to go into the channel and then the advanced settings. You're going to scroll to the bottom and you're going to checkbox this little box that says, allow third-party companies to train AI models on your channel's content. And this one box is going to open up the whole channel to AI. Okay. So if you're an Agent Moves client, we've already done this, but if you are not, you will want to go to settings, channel, advanced settings, and make sure that you check that little box to have it on so that AI can actually find you. Okay. All right. So where do you want to focus? Now, you don't need to be everywhere. It comes down to 3 things that you can actually control. Okay. So your Google business profile, right? That is one place that gets indexed by AI that you want to be. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are consistently getting reviews coming in and that you are responding to those reviews. Your response is optimized. If you're an Agent Moves client, you should be using the Google Business Profile Optimization and the reviews automation that will respond back to your reviews. Those responses actually feed AI. So you want to respond with your market, with your niche, with your specialty, what makes you different. That should be a part of your response because that's going to help AI get trained on you. Okay. The next place is your website. All right. You want to make sure that it's super clean. Most agents will have a website that will allow you to search for properties, and that's fine, but it needs to really understand who you are, make it super clear who you work with, the market that you serve, which particular areas, what your feedback is on those areas, your own personal information, not something that AI is just generated, but what makes that area special to you? Why do your clients buy in that area, right? You want to have content that shares that. And that could be text-based content, right? That's also where your blog should be. And that's where you're serving up real time. And again, if you are using AI to create this, this is totally fine, but make sure that that AI is powered by your voice, how you think about things. That's how your content will become unique. Okay. So the other thing that you have is your long form content, okay, that actually should answer real buyer and seller questions. So you can think through what are the questions that your clients are asking and just answer those. Okay. You can also type in your market into Google and look at people also ask. There's a section in Google that says people also ask, and it will give you some of those questions. You can also use AI. We use Manus for market research. You can put in your market and you can say, what are the real trends? What are people actually asking in my market right now? And answer those questions in a long form video, about 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. Your content exists there and it will be found there. Okay. Now, one signal that actually ties them all together is quite an interesting one and something that a lot of people don't know about. It's called NAP. It is your name, your address, and your phone number. And this pieces of information must actually match. Okay. The wrong listing will actually tell AI that your info can't be trusted and it will move on to the next person. So that means your name, your address, and your phone number actually have to match in all places online. And you'll be surprised, but many of you do not have this matching. Your Zillow profile does not match your Facebook profile. Your Facebook profile doesn't match what's on your website. Your website does not match what's in your Google business profile. Your Alexa Maps location, your Apple Maps location. You have a lot of different places where your business exists. The Better Business Bureau, all these places, and you have a different, slightly different name, address, and phone number. Maybe you don't have a phone number. Maybe your address says suite spelled out as opposed to STE, which is on your Google business profile. All of these things have to match, and that makes everything in AI be able to cite you better and trust you as a source. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Who has the time for all of this? Well, here is how one video can become your whole week of content. And we call this the YES framework. Y is for YouTube, E is for email, and S is for social. So you start actually by making one long form video. You can do this once a week. Okay, you're going to email that to your database, right? And that is something that our system actually does. It takes that long form video that you have created. We will email it to your database and we will clip up the best moments for social and put it on to your social channels. And we will turn it into a blog post. So that content just goes everywhere, right? That is what means that you can be building authority and just focusing on the one thing that matters most, which is your authentic voice and you creating those videos, and everything else gets shared and syndicated for you. Okay. That is what our system actually does. So the other thing that I find that is holding agents back from doing this is one of these three reasons. And I am sure that if you're watching this video, you will fit into one of these. Okay. You're camera shy, right? You already talk about your market all day long, and the camera is just can be another client of yours. Okay. So if you are camera shy, just make it so that the camera is a client and just answer the question that a client would. That will make it a little bit easier for you. Okay. The next thing that people worry about is that they don't know what to make videos about, right? I have mentioned to you that you want to use the exact question that buyers and sellers use. Now, if you're an agent moves clients, we will give you a content plan with all of these and make sure that it's optimized for SEO so that you know exactly what you're saying and what questions you need to be answering. And if you're not, then simply research it, right? Manus is a great tool for researching. I would recommend that you research your market and say, what are questions that people are putting into Google and asking, or asking AI, right? Because I want to make videos about it. Give me 12 videos that people are asking about moving to my market. Okay. Now, the last reason is that they just don't have time, right? But that's actually what the YES framework is for. If you don't have time, then you can hand off a big part of it. And the only thing that you need to worry about doing is recording your video. So the YES framework and our system can actually take that video and do everything that you need for it so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time. You're creating these videos and they're getting shared. Okay, that is the most important part. They are being created from optimized content. So you know you're creating something that is going to be valuable for your market, and we will help you to syndicate that. So Here is kind of the whole thing so that you can understand it in a nutshell. AI now recommends agents by name. It picks one that it can read and trust. Long form is what it reads. Your profile, your website, and videos actually feed into it. Now, one video done right can actually carry you the whole week. All right. The agents who start this now, while the opportunity is there, it's wide open for you, wide open. All right. This is the time for you to do it. So if you want our entire Yes Marketing plan and you want some prompts to help you get started, you can actually click on the link down below and we'll send that to you. And if you are ready to just have this done for you, there is also a link in the description for how to get in touch with us and create a plan that is customized to you and your market. All right, I hope you found that valuable. Talk to you later.